Green School in Bali, Indonesia is probably one of the most famous schools in the world. It's known for its beauty, philosophy, and of course, green education. I heard about the school a year ago, and after seeing some pictures and a TED talk, I just knew that one day I would visit the school to learn more about it. And here I am, totally amazed by all that I see. The buildings are beautifully built, while I feel that the architecture itself is an artwork. The classrooms are wide open, where children can learn while listening to the sound of nature. What an environment! Even though the school is international with students coming from 40 countries, it's integrated with the local culture and traditions, where a ceremony like this, to cleanse out the bad spirits by the way, just seems to fit perfectly well into the school's daily life. Wherever I go, I see a place where creativity can be expressed and blossom in every corner of the school. The school's mission is to educate a new generation of future green leaders. So beside the classic curriculum, green studies and skills are an essential part of the learning. But I'm curious to find out, how do they teach the students to be green and to grow up to be the next generation of green leaders? So I joined a second grade Mona's class to learn more about their teaching methods.
But you and Kenza should be together, yeah?
I think the best thing about Green School is that we are trying to strive for a student-centered learning. It's a place where children have the freedom to express their views and think critically, have the freedom to participate in conversations with their peers. Learning is really individualized for them, so not everybody is measured in the same benchmark. The way we assess children is quite different. There's not one way of assessing my students. I'm not just giving them an end of semester paper and just through that I know whether they're ready or not, but everything they do is actually a form of assessment for me, and it helps me to mold my teaching to their needs, which is a very important aspect of learning, I think. And when I can meet their needs, I know I'm touching their heart and I'm touching their soul, and for me that's the purpose of education. This morning we started a new thematic unit called Indonesian Animal Tales. The reason we're doing this unit is really because we have animals on our farm, on campus, and it's only fair that children learn about them. So we kind of weave the whole idea of interaction with the animals into this theme.
What do you think?
A hen is a female chicken.
A hen is a female chicken. So what's a chicken then?
A chicken. I don't know.
What's a rooster? What's a rooster?
Rooster's daddy.
The rooster is the daddy. And then who's the mummy?
Hen.
Hen. And then who's the chicken?
The chick.
And who's the chick?
The chick.
Oh, that's interesting.
The chick's a baby, and then the chicken is not a mother or a father.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
the sister. Or just like
so the chicks, Kayan, so the chicks are the babies, the chicken is the sister, like Yasmin said.
No.
Hen is a mother and a rooster is a daddy. Well,
Yes.
that's a really interesting family. But there are no brothers in this family?
No.
What are the brothers called?
There's a teenager, and there's like sometimes the brothers could be.
All right. Okay, good. Everybody.
And we began this theme this morning because it's contextual for the children. It's real. You know, they have animals on campus, all sorts of animals. So we wanted to weave that into the theme. So this morning we started off with just kind of assessing some prior knowledge of children, what their experience is with animals and how much do they observe around campus, what do they see, and it was very interesting that they came up with like at least 20 animals that they see every day, and it was very exciting for me to know that. And then the whole idea of going to the farm and learning about the goats, because we are hoping to be able to take care of the goats on a daily basis, learn how to go in and clean the goat area, feed them, learn some basic needs of goats.
How many times are the goats fed in a day?
3 times per day.
3 times per day. Do you know what times?
Lunch, dinner, and
A breakfast, lunch and dinner.
We will also begin to look at the physical characteristics of animals, what differentiates one animal from another one, how are animals interdependent on each other. So why do we have goats, or why do we have the leaves? You know, the leaves that the goats eat, we actually grew them outside a classroom. So we're trying to look at different things like that, and then hopefully children can prepare materials on each of these goats through the whole process of learning about them, and then post them on the fence. We're also hoping to actually make the goat farm a little bit bigger and more strong, so the goats are not jumping out of it. There are lots of goats in that little area. It was clear that they're feeling a bit tight, but this is not something that should come from me. The children are going to ultimately realize that and say that, and then it would be a problem that they can solve.
Oh, I think Yasmin, you're on the wrong side.
I cannot do anything besides. Oh no, because we need to work.
A couple of things we couldn't do this morning, which I was hoping to get to and which I do always in my lessons, is an intrapersonal or the spiritual component of my lesson. And I was hoping to do like an animal meditation with my children. So that would bring in the whole aura of connecting with animals. That's one part I couldn't do. We just ran out of time because we started the lesson really late. It was the first day of school. But I would have done that, and it's really surprising to hear the kind of answers children come up with. It's really, it comes from within. You know, when I did it with them last time, some children said that they met a horse, and there was another child who said, you know what, I actually met a gecko and she was this close to me, and the gecko said to me, "Gecko, I see you later." And I was really impressed in a way, like, you know, before I learned how to do this, I really didn't understand how this connects to children. But the more I do it with them, and the more I see that they actually can respond to it, and they do have answers for me to share what they've learned, it's quite profound actually, really profound. The connection is so important, and the whole idea is for them to take this unit because it is meaningful to them. If it doesn't make meaning, then there's no point learning about it. So I just want to make sure that they understand what's the purpose of learning this unit.
Do you know what a chicken feet looks like?
Yeah. They look like
Okay,
a
show me.
we
Now,
need
everybody move back.
We only
Off
need
your
to
bantan.
It looks like this. They look like this thing.
Pam pararam pam.
Ouch.
Pam pararam pam. Everybody have a seat on the bantan. Pam pararam pam. Children, I see that you guys are not able to focus today. Something's wrong? No. Are you okay, sweetheart? Yeah? Okay. We're going to try this one more time. We're going to stand up again behind the bantans, and if we can't stand up again, we're going to come back and sit down again.
You know, for me, discipline doesn't necessarily mean that my kids need to be very quiet or they need to, I don't know, for me, discipline is a way for me to have my kids engaged in the learning. And it doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be quiet and always listen to me, because I'm not the only person who's teaching in the classroom. They're learning from each other, which means that there needs to be a lot of dialogue in the class for that to happen. So it may sometimes seem like to an outsider that, wow, this class is very talkative. But actually, I've noticed that children are always talking about something to do with the learning. And I know when they came back from the goat farm, but there's two ways to discipline the children. When they came back from the goat farm, I could have said, now everybody be quiet. Or I could give them a chance to discuss a little bit. So by discussing a little bit, they extend their learning. You know, they take it to a different level as opposed to being quiet. Then I'm just totally deadening their experience. So by allowing them to have a conversation with each other, by allowing them to have a voice in their learning, I think it helps a lot, because children know what they're learning, and they even tell me sometimes, can we learn about that? And I said, great, I will. I'll create a unit on that.
Went for a walk with a bumblebee.
What a wonderful way to learn, where the children can be free to sing and dance, to question and decide, and of course, also to have a flower behind the ear. After all, we are in Bali. But what is it like for Mona to be a teacher in a school that has also become a famous tourist attraction?
I just love it. I've been here for 4 years, and there are challenges like every other place. I think there's nothing different. Every year has different challenges, but I think I view my role more like as an educator. I've learned how to balance my thing, and even though there are challenges, so what, we have challenges everywhere in the world, even in our personal lives, right? So it's just like my home, if there are challenges, I accept it and we move on. I love being here.